Alright, I need help and I have to get this done, so I'm going to make another attempt. And I actually think this is going to do it. For those who don't know me, hi. My name is Erika Kirtoglou. I'm a 15-year post-traumatic brain injury, or TBI, survivor. I've made an incredible recovery. Not only can I walk, talk, and function after coming out of a coma that incidentally the doctors told my parents I'd never be released from, stating that the best scenario for my situation would be that I'd exist in a vegetative state, but I can drive. I went to college post-TBI, earning both a bachelor's and a master's in English writing. I wrote and published a book, I'm Going to Dance, a memoir about traumatic brain injury. I wrote and registered the screenplay to my story. I expect to play myself in the movie because I see it being the best way to offer the greatest amount of inspiration. I also see George Clooney, Michelle Pfeiffer, Leo DiCaprio, and Martin Scorsese being involved. I created a movie flyer with my pictures and the celebrities on it, and it's been on the ceiling above my bed and around my apartment for over a year now. And it wasn't until a few months after that poster was up that I learned of the Betty Clooney Foundation for persons with brain injury, named for George's aunt. And then a few weeks later, I realized that George suffered his TBI in 2005, allowing me to infer that perhaps the vision I had for the movie to my story was just meant to be. Oh my goodness. I feel like I just keep repeating myself. This seems endless. But, I can't stop now. I've tried asking for help. I briefly got some. It's gone. I do have a little, but I need more. The thing is, I'm not a proud woman. I'll keep asking, reaching out, looking for opportunities. But it seems like, to quote Clark Griswold from National Lampoon's European Vacation, when he's trying to get out of the traffic circle, it seems like I just can't get left. And again, I keep trying. I send emails, make phone calls, write letters, send out packages, mail copies of my book. I ask questions. Then I look for help again. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I really am nice about it. So it's alright. Things work out. It's actually how I make most of my friends these days. I know I certainly can't do everything myself, but I try, because I have to. However, it's not working, so I'm making this video, and I totally believe that something's on its way to me. I try to stay positive, and I've been insanely hopeful, despite encountering continuous disappointments. I've even isolated myself at times to avoid the negativity that seems to dominate social interactions and conversations. I am a Greek and Italian Catholic Scorpio, and I use my innate drive and persistent nature to move me in the direction towards what I believe God spared me for. And I know about the all in God's time thing, but I'm human, and I wasn't born with directions. I certainly don't know everything, and I will never claim to. I have a lot of questions about my faith, but I know that divine intervention absolutely was responsible for the fact that I actually survived the accident that caused my TBI. And now I can use the memories of my experiences to help others struggling. Early in my recovery, I was suicidal and even walked to a bridge with the intention of jumping off. Obviously I didn't, and actually went back home with a plan to return later that evening. But I was in such a state of depression that I didn't have the energy to go back. I then went away to the Franciscan University of Steubenville to complete my bachelor's. It was incredibly challenging and difficult, but I struggled through. Although I dealt with many, many disappointments, my faith deepened as I came to realize that every circumstance can be used to serve God, and therefore all my struggles can be shared to help fellow companions on this journey through life. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what your faith is. God doesn't discriminate, nor does TBI, so I don't either. And I'm just trying to navigate my way through life and help those I can along the way. I know how it is to feel like your existence is just a burden to people and not wanting to live. But I also know that I was the only person who could have made things better for myself. I had to do a lot of work to get to where I am today. And although I know it's only by God's grace I'm actually alive, I still had to struggle and persevere. I still am. It's continuous. But I have to do it. I didn't want to work alone, but I couldn't find the help I needed. I had to keep going. I've lived by the philosophy that's known as the secret, which isn't a secret at all, and the teachers of it don't claim to have a monopoly on it. I've read in high school Og Mandino's book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, and I never forgot this quote: "Never will I be of concern that my goals are too high, for is it not better to aim my spear at the moon and strike only an eagle, than to aim my spear at an eagle and strike only a rock?" I memorized that and remembered it even after sustaining a severe traumatic brain injury. You know, when I told people my expectations of the movie to my story, typically I got a laugh, followed by a "yeah, right. You really think that'll happen? You really think George Clooney's going to be in your movie?" Yes, I do. I've been saying this for years with complete certainty because I actually believe it, and I'm not sure where my confidence came from, because I even had it before I really had the physical ability to make things happen. And I am sane. Hello. I know this seems highly unlikely for a handicapped traumatic brain injury survivor who didn't have the resources or connections to make much happen, to believe that she could do, but I did. I do. You know, for years I've been trying to get my story out and create a motivational business, and I need help to allow it to become the inspirational source it's meant to. And I don't mess around. I knew I had to get one of the best business gurus involved to help me, so I set out to get John Assaraf's attention, and I did. And he's been telling me I have to get help with my business, and I know, and I've tried. He knows that I have. I did everything he told me to do. I say my affirmations daily. I meditate and visualize. I just know how important it is that I allow others to hear my story, because I know it can help so many people struggling with any kind of debilitating condition or mental anguish. I didn't consciously choose to have a brain injury, but I did, and I can successfully articulate what I'm thinking, and I feel obligated to be a voice for this population that often isn't heard. But I need help. I've wanted to give up so many times, but I just couldn't, because I knew that if I didn't do it, my story would be lost, and I couldn't allow that. Too many people have helped me over the years, and I didn't want to let them down. And likewise, I want to help others. I have what it takes to make things happen. People listen when I speak, and I know I have to get this going. I need help to organize my business so it's successfully functioning, allowing me the ability to focus on what I need to be doing, writing and speaking, memorizing my talks. I need someone to organize my schedule and plan book signings and speaking engagements, set it up so that I can go to Army medical centers to meet with the recovering soldiers, as TBI is the leading injury of this war, and I'd be honored to share with them the things I wish I had known early in my recovery. And NBC, ABC, Fox, CNN, Oprah, Brian Williams, Tom Brokaw, Matt Meredith, Anderson Cooper, Jay Leno, and Ellen DeGeneres. I can be funny. Oh, and Chris Jansen. I remember when you were Chris Capastaci working in Nan's, New York. Please, you guys, help me out. Someone or everyone, and connect me with the right people, and know this will help millions. And if you're watching this video, please pass it along to anyone who might be interested or willing to help. And if you personally know or have a connection to any of the people I've mentioned, please hook me up. And thanks, everybody. God bless. Erika Kirtoglou, surviving dancer, CEO, future Pulitzer Prize winner. It'll happen. Thanks for listening.